Sunday night, Tracky talks bollocks.
Hi girls and guys, it's MrTrakky and we're on the right track. Guys, welcome to the real life show. In today's episode, I'm going to share something that I'm not really that proud of. And I've kept it to myself for quite a long time now. But I thought this show was just so fitting of a place to share what I'm about to share with you. So I moved to London when I was younger. As you know, I had a bit of bother when I got stabbed. In an earlier episode, I explained what had happened there. And this helped me make a final decision to move to London with my cousin. I'd lived with my cousin for a few months and I'd gone through all the processes of trying to get my own place. Now, the quickest way I could get my own place was to move into this hostel. Now, it was less of a hostel, more of a living experience centre as such. You basically was given your own room with its own kitchen, quite a big room. But it was built in a nice new complex. You had a laundry room which you put your money in and you did your laundry. So it basically taught youths of my age, I was 18 at the time, it gave us a bit of a taster of living on your own independently. And obviously I needed to do this scheme because it just helped me get a place faster. Now, you had to have an interview. I had an interview and they wanted to know why I wanted to move and what were my reasons. And a lot of people will say stuff like they've come out of prison, or they don't get on with their parents, or they've been sexually harassed by their parents, all sorts of really upsetting kind of things. A lot of the people that were there, myself obviously being stabbed, I met the criteria. I'd moved from my own home city and I was lucky enough to get a place. It was some of the loneliest times I've had and some of the hardest. There was times when I went hungry, I had no food because I'd run out of money and I was too proud to phone my mother or anybody and tell them the situation that I was in. But I finally managed to get a job. I got a job with Royal Mail delivering letters, and obviously I had to work a couple of weeks in hand before I got paid. And I came home, and the only downside about my hostel was to get to my landing, I had 3 doors to get to my own humble abode as such. I had a door to get to my landing, another door to get into the corridor where my front door was, adjacent was my neighbour, and then my door to get into my little room. At the end of the corridor was the joint toilet that I shared with the gentleman and his girlfriend across. I'd come home from a very long 12-hour shift. I had quite a bad bellyache because I had ate something the day before which was out of date, just put it that way. But I was that hungry, I just ate the damn thing. It was only a couple of days out of date and I thought it'd be alright. Opened the door to the toilets to find that next door had dumped a load of cat litter in the toilet. The toilet was full to the brim, you could not flush it, and I needed a shit desperately. And I'm telling you, at this point I was hunched over. Have you ever got to the front door and you desperately need the toilet and the key won't go in the door, and for some reason as soon as you get to the door it's almost at the point where you've got a turtle's head or you're gonna piss yourself? I was at that point, and to see the cat litter in the toilet Oh God, and I was flustered. I didn't know what to do. My uncle lived about 5 minutes down the road. I just knew I weren't gonna make it there. I looked around and I thought, what can I do? So out my window you could basically walk down the side of a lower roof and jump into like a garden. And I looked about, and it was quite late at night now. It was about 11 p.m. It was in December, so it was dark. And I thought, fuck this. I jumped down and I crept into the corner where there was this bush, and I kind of like crept into the bush because you could get in there. The bush was that big, and a lot of the foliage inside was just branches. So basically, I went into this bush and took a fucking steaming shit. Guys, it was my only option. And after I took the shit, I went to report it to the receptionist, the concierge, about the toilet. And he turned round to me and he goes, "Oh yeah, mate, you can use the staff room toilet just there." Oh, fuck me, man. What a set of fucking cunts. Pardon my French, guys. I was so pissed off with my neighbour. When I came back upstairs, I gave him a proper rollicking because I couldn't see what logic he had trying to flush cat litter down the bloody toilet. What an idiot. Guys, that is it for today's real life show. If you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.